Hi, Mr. Effer here, and here's more on the software design development project. So, if you take a look at the course shell, there's some information on design. Okay. So, content 1 just goes through some of the things you have to worry about, like UML. Okay, and then on page 2, there's an example of some code for a boss for a game, and then what the UML might look like, right? So you got your attributes and variables, and then you've got the constructor, and then you've got your maybe a user-defined constructor would be in there as well, and some setters and getters. Okay. Once you're done that, though, there's a couple other things you need to do. One is you need to come up with a flowchart. So for this, because we're short on time, just pick one of your main methods and do a flowchart for it instead of the whole program, because it would just take you too long. But if you want to see the presentation on flowcharting, here it is. So just load that up. Okay, so flowcharting, here we go. When you write a program, you have to define the problem, plan it out, start programming, and of course document and do some implementation. But one of the things which is nice is to flowchart or come up with what you're going to do. So we're going to use some arrows to connect things. And this is what a flowchart might look like right here. So you got your start. Then anytime you have some I/O with the user, you've got this parallelogram. Okay, and then you've got a major process, and then end. So this is just a basic flowchart right here, what it looks like. There's some other symbols that you can use besides parallelograms for input and output. Let's see. I'll just find a couple for you. Let's see. Decisions. Let's just get down to decisions. Okay. Okay, here we go, finally. So, decisions. Decisions look like this. They're diamond shaped right here. So the program gets to a decision. This is like an if, then, else statement or a case statement. And depending on what happens, like true comes over here, false goes over there, then a different process might be activated, and then it goes back to the regular program. So that's where decisions would occur. So yes or no, true, false, or whatever. Okay. For example, is X less than or Y? No, then do process A. Yes, do process B. Okay, that's a different method might be called. So that's that. Then we got iteration. Iteration looks like this. You get into a decision. So for example, 4i less than or equal to 10. Is it less than 10? Yep. Okay, we'll do something. Come back around, add 1 to it. Now it's a 2. Is 2 less than 10? Yep. Okay, come back around, do something. Well, now we're up to 3. Is 3 less than 10? Yeah, and then we just come back around. So this is what an iteration or a repetition looks like in flowcharting as well. Okay, there you go. So you can read through the rest of this. This is in the shell. Okay, and I'll put a link to this little presentation on flowcharting as well in the video description. Okay, so you can take a look at that. So let me just go back here. Go. Okay, so here's a flowchart that I made using Microsoft Word. So I'm just going to download this one here, and then I'll load it up in Microsoft Word. Enable editing. Here we go. We'll give you a virus. Okay. So I drew this using the shapes in Microsoft Word. So you can see this. There's just one of the shapes. So here's the beginning, and then I used a text box to put the text in it. Then I just got my little red arrow here. So to draw the arrow, it's pretty easy. You just go insert shape, grab an arrow. Okay, you can change the arrow, format shape. You can change the color. You can change how thick the arrow is right here by like 4 point whatever. Or if you have an arrow already, you can just go Control C for copy, Control V for paste, and it pops in another arrow. Same thing for these things. If I want another rectangle for a process where I make a boss or something, I just Control C, Control V, and I get the same box. Another thing you can do too, if you really want to, is you can click on the text box. So here's the text box. Okay, select objects. I'm just going to select, just draw a box around those two objects. There we go. And I'm going to right click, and I can do, oh no, I can't group that, I guess. It's too bad. Alright, but if you, I guess I didn't use text boxes. I should have used a text box. If I had used a text box, like this one here, so, oops, I missed it. There we go. And I'd gone like start. There we go. I could make start a little smaller. There we go. Okay, and then when you, for the text here, I can text fill. I can fill with, what's the text? So let's just find the shape. There we go. Here's the shape. So for the shape, maybe I don't want a line. Okay. But maybe I do want a solid fill, which would be like blue. There we go. And so then what you can do is your box like that, you can bring that one up, hit the control button and select the other box. Now they're both selected. Or you either go home, select, and you just draw a box like this, select objects, and you just make sure you get them both. And then if you right click and you go group like this, now it treats them as one new object and you can move them around. So I actually drew my whole flowchart here in Microsoft Word, but you can use other programs like Google Drawing is very good at doing this as well. So that's how you make your flowcharts. Okay. You can also make your structure charts also in Microsoft Word or any other program, which is very similar. So let's just get to an example structure chart here. So let's see, where'd my structure chart go? Oops. Let's just take a quick look here in the menu. Let's see. Okay, found my structure chart. For the structure chart, all I did was actually, since I was programming in BlueJ, BlueJ automatically makes a structure chart. So all your different little classes that go together make a structure chart for your program. So for example, I got my mob tester, my mob encounter, mob loader, mob battle log. All I did was do a screenshot. So for example, I went function print screen while I was in BlueJ. And then I went to the paint, Control V, loaded it up like this. There we go, just maximize that. And then I just selected my structure, the part I need for my structure chart, hit crop, and then I went select all, copy, and then in Microsoft Word you can make a, there we go, you can just paste it right into Microsoft Word, and there you go, you get your structure chart if you're putting that into your document. So that's one of the reasons you might want to use BlueJ for this. If not, you can just draw your own structure chart. All I did was you just need text boxes and rectangles like this, and you can make your own structure chart with arrows, and it'll look somewhat similar to what BlueJ already does. There you go. I hope this helps. Good luck and have fun.